Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video is going to be an everyday natural makeup tutorial. So what I would do, not on an everyday basis, but say if you have a job interview or you're just doing something like going to lunch, just having a casual day but you still want to look a little bit better. It's kind of going to be a really glowy, your skin but better kind of thing. Nothing too intense. There's still a few products, but not as many as if you were doing going out makeup. So we're in a little bit of a different setup because the lighting situation's just better for this kind of video. But yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so to start off, we're gonna start with prepping our skin. So what I like to do first and foremost before putting any makeup products on my skin is I just want to make sure my skin's really hydrated. I do have oily skin, so I don't have to worry about it being dry, but I just still think having a super hydrated clean canvas to work with is going to be best. So obviously I took a shower and I washed my face and everything, but I talked about this in my favorites video for January, December, and I just think that it's a really good way to start off doing any kind of makeup look, just to keep because it's just water, but I feel my skin just feels hydrated and plumped after using it. So that's the first thing we're gonna do is the Evian natural mineral water facial spray. So I just do a light layer of that and kind of let it soak in and absorb into my skin. And so the next step is going to be priming, and I know a lot of people use moisturizer as primer, and if that works for you, that's great, but I have read that moisturizers are meant to moisturize your skin, so they soak in and your skin absorbs them, whereas a primer that's meant for makeup over the top of that, actually sits on top of your skin to give it a more even layer to work with. Depending on what primer you're using. I'm going to be using the Farsali Rose Gold Elixir. I got the mini size because I wasn't sure if I wanted to splurge on the big one, and so I just wanted to test it out. And then I'm also going to be using the Touch and Soul No Poreblem Primer, which I saw, sorry there's focusing issues because I'm using natural lighting, but the No Poreblem Primer by Touch and Soul, the first time I saw someone use it I think was Jeffree Star, and I just found it kind of intriguing, and then I went to Urban Outfitters, the website, and I was ordering some clothes, and I just looked through their skincare makeup section just to see what they had, and they had this primer which was regularly $18, 50% off, so it was only $9, and I was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna order it now. Because Jeffree really liked it, so I thought, might as well give it a go for $9, okay. So I'm gonna start off with the No Poreblem Primer to put in my areas that get oily or just areas that have pores. So I start with the center of the face. I kind of work it into my nose, and then I work it up into my forehead and a little bit on my chin, and I just kind of blend it into my cheeks because these are the areas that get the most oily. This stuff smells really good, by the way. It's kind of perfumey, but I don't know, I really like the scent of it. I know every beauty guru talks about that, but it's kind of important, when you put stuff on your face, you want it to smell good. So I just kind of blend it in, kind of pressing it into the skin. And what a pore filling primer does is it, like what I was talking about with the primers earlier, it kind of leaves a clean slate for your makeup to sit on. So this is gonna sit on top of the skin and cover your pores, so that way when you apply makeup, it's gonna have a smooth application. Now with the Farsali Rose Gold Elixir, I didn't get the original one, which is pink and everyone was talking about. I got this one because I don't know, I don't know why. And it kind of smells almost like oranges, but not really. It's kind of got a weird scent, but I don't mind it. You kind of get used to it. When I first smelt it, I was like, that doesn't really smell that good, but you get used to it. And I honestly don't know what it does that much for my skin, but I just feel I normally use like a lot of more mattifying products because I am oily, so I don't want to look dry. So I'm just gonna put this in the areas like around that like are like on the perimeter of my face that don't get oily, because I'm not worried about, you know, that like oils don't actually cause your face to get more oily, but I'm just afraid if I was to put this in like all over my face in the center where I do get oily, that oil, like, because it gives your skin like a glow on top of my already natural like oily glow, would just be too much and I would just be annoyed with it. So I kind of just put it in the perimeter where I didn't. Sorry, I'm back. I apologize. My camera SD card was full apparently because I forgot to delete the footage from my last 2 videos. So we were priming and I was just rubbing in the Farsali Rose Gold Elixir. I don't really see like a noticeable difference on my skin like right away, but I just feel like my skin does feel really good after I use it. And I know you can use this as like a face serum even, because it's just got a lot of hydrating properties. So I haven't tried that because I just don't, I have the small bottle and I wanted to save it for makeup application, but I have heard that it is good just as a face serum as well. In the time where I had to fix and delete all the videos that I had on my camera before this one, my primer soaked in, which I would normally like wait a minute for that to do, but I'm pretty sure it's all good now. So the next step is going to be like my face base, and I'm going to be using the Mercier Tinted Moisturizer in the shade Fawn. But I have the oil-free version because my skin gets oily, and I haven't tried the other version, but this one works well for me. So if you have dry skin, you might want to get the one that's not oil-free. I don't really know like what the main difference is other than one's oil-free and one's not, but I just have the oil-free one because I was afraid that it would make me look like an oil slick. So this has 20 SPF. Which, I mean, honestly, like, I don't really care about. I know SPF is supposed to be good for you, so that's good. But I do notice that with this stuff at night, when I've worn it, it does tend to flash back because there is SPF in it. So it's not like crazy because you're not completely covering your face in it, like a thick layer, like what you would do with foundation. But I do notice that when I do flash photos at night, my skin appears like lighter, and for some people that might bother them. You can fix it in editing a little bit, but it is a little bit annoying, so that's something to think about. So that's why I use it during the day, and it's just a really nice like light to medium coverage. It doesn't completely cover up any like blemishes or anything, but it does, you know, just kind of even out your skin tone, cover up a lot of redness. And this shade I bought in the summer, so it is a little more tan, which I like because I stopped going tanning because I'm afraid that it's gonna ruin my skin and prematurely age me. So I do like that it adds a little bit of a tan to my skin. And I was kind of worried that it wasn't gonna work like the shade, but I think it turns out fine when you blend it down your neck and everything. I'm gonna like move my jacket back a little bit. Just pull it down my shoulders. So I just put like, I mean, I put a pretty good amount on the back of my hand, honestly, like probably as much moisturizer as you would use like when you're moisturizing your face after you wash it. I do tend to use a little bit more because on my cheek area I get breakouts, and I really don't know what the issue is with that, but so I just take it and I use my finger to first like dot it all over my face, and I'm gonna look down at the mirror that is below the camera just to make sure that I'm putting it in all the right areas. But so I just dot it all around my face before I blend it out because I use a beauty blender and I feel like it just absorbs a lot of product, and since it's already so lightweight, I don't like it to absorb that much of the product. So I kind of just like spread it out with my fingers just to kind of get it like in like the general area that I want, and then I go in with the beauty blender to like even it all out and make sure that it's like nicely dispersed. And you want to make sure to put, a lot of people don't put face products on their neck, and I guess if it perfectly matches your skin, which is kind of rare, then, you know, go ahead, or whatever works for you. But I always make sure to blend products down my neck because my biggest fear is like in pictures looking like I'm like my head's floating above my body because I didn't blend like my foundation or this tinted moisturizer down my neck. And I just don't like, that's not a cute look, you know? So I always blend it down my neck. I kind of just like work this all over my face and then go in with the beauty blender because again, I don't want to waste any product because then I just feel like I have to use a lot more and it's just kind of annoying. So I kind of just blend it all in with my finger, like lightly, and then I even it all out. I would not do this, well, I kind of do it with foundation, but I do more dollops because foundation is thicker, so I'm not as worried about it like thinning out too much. But oh wow, this looks really orange in this lighting. I promise, like in real life, this is not what I look like. I hope this doesn't turn out terrible. So I'm just patting it in with my beauty blender, just kind of evenly dispersing it all over my face. Oh my gosh, wow, this is really giving me a tan. I didn't realize this. I feel like in natural daylighting, like when I'm outside and out and about, like it does not look this orange. And I also think that once I add powder and everything, it lightens up a little bit. Because I am not an orange bitch, I promise.
Wow, I look so orange, what the hell?
Okay, this might be an issue. Maybe I used a little too much. That's what I was afraid of. I didn't want to film this because I knew I would mess up. Oh god. Okay, well, you know what? We're gonna put a little bit more in the neck. Maybe people will just think I'm a hot Cheeto. Absolutely fucked. See ya. See ya, sis. So I'm gonna take my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Medium 1 Custard. So I just take it and I'm gonna look in the mirror again. And I just swipe it under my eye. Okay, so again, my camera stopped recording. I don't know what the deal is. Like at Canon, like fix this shit. I don't, apparently they stopped like recording after 30 minutes, but I don't even think mine goes that long. Like I don't know. So back into concealer. I didn't do anything yet. I start with the chin and blend it out. There's no real reason why I start with the chin, but I like to kind of let it sit on my under eyes longer because I just feel like it absorbs into the skin a little bit and then gives you a little bit more coverage than if you were just gonna go blend it out right away. And I'm gonna have to set it anyway with powder, so I wanna wait until like, well, not last because I didn't do my forehead, but you know what I mean. I literally am making no sense. So like if this is helping you, great, and if it's not, I totally understand. Oh, I forgot my freaking nose. I knew that I was forgetting something. I love a nose highlight, and I have this red dot on my nose. It's not a zit. It's been there for like 6 months. I'm pretty sure it's like a popped blood vessel, and I need to get it like laser like away because I exfoliate like all the time. Like I do all these things and like it won't go away, and I'm just like, please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. So now that I've done that, I even think I still look fucking orange. Like what the fuck? I literally look like I took a bath in Cheeto dust. Like, this is gotta be fixed. I just realized there was like a giant dot of tinted moisturizer that I didn't blend out. Okay, let's just make sure that's all good. Oh wait, before I move on to anything else, I need to set my under eyes using the Laura Mercier translucent powder. So we get a little bit on this. This is a Morphe Y1 brush. I think it's just like a regular powder brush. Sometimes I use my beauty blender and sometimes I use a brush. It just depends. During the day, like, I'm not gonna like actually bake. I just want like to dust like a light layer of powder under the eye because I don't want my concealer to crease, but I don't want to look too dry and cakey. I'm gonna set the rest of my concealer and I'm gonna wait on doing the rest of my face because I am using a liquid highlight. Okay, so now that I've set, oh wait. Wait, actually, I'm gonna bake my smile lines because they just need some extra help. So maybe today it'll be the day that they don't crease. Okay, so now that we powdered there, I feel like my skin tone's like normalizing, or maybe I'm just getting used to it, but maybe you are too. I like using liquid highlights on days where it's like no makeup because I just think it looks a little bit more natural. I try to stay away from the powder as much as possible. This is a Makeup Revolution liquid highlight in Champagne. Let's try and see if that works. I don't even know. Does the autofocus on my camera even like, I don't know. I don't know if that's a thing. Anyway, so I just take this and I dot it along all the areas that I would like highlight with a powder highlight. So the temples, and I just do, you know, a few dots. And I like to blend out each spot individually, and I use my beauty blender to do this. And I blend it out, like, I don't like put it all over my face and then go and blend it out, because I find that when I let it sit too long, it starts to like kind of dry, and it leaves like, you have to like work harder to blend it out. And so I just wanted to make it easy and not have an issue today. So we did the temple. Now it's time to do the nose. Oh, I already powdered the nose, but you know, it's fine. It's fine. I do a little on the chin because we like a chin glow. I do a little bit up here in like the outer parts of the forehead. I'm just gonna do a little dollop right there. We gonna be glowing. We gonna be glowing. My jacket's like jingle bells. Christmas is over, sweetheart. Stop it. Okay. This, like, honestly, I need to, like, invest in a new camera setup, but, like, I only got, like, 60 subscribers, so y'all are just gonna have to deal. So we blended out the liquid highlight. I don't know if it really, like, shows on camera, but, like, there's a nice glow to the skin here. So now that I've done the liquid highlight, I'm going to set the rest of my face with like a little bit of powder. That was kind of a lot. Okay, and I was like, let's keep the powders to a minimum. I'm a fucking liar, okay? Oh, I want to set the neck because I just feel like I hate when I get foundation or tinted moisturizer or bronzer like on my clothes. It doesn't really matter because I'm wearing black and like olive green, but when I'm wearing a white t-shirt and I take it off and it's got like orange on it, I'm like, can we stop? It's a little rude. Okay, so now for bronzer, I'm going to be taking my Hoola bronzer from Benefit. We're gonna tap out the excess because like we don't need to add extra orange to the skin. We just wanna look a little bit more sun-kissed and tan. I like to just put bronzer around the perimeter of my face. I start at like my jawline, like right where my jaw bends. And then I dip back in and I start like up at the sides of my forehead. And I kind of work my way in and around. Oh, and I'm going to blend it down my neck as well, even though I already orange. But we just need more. More orange. And then I take a little bit, a very little bit, and I kind of just buff it into the hollows of our cheeks. Now it's time to move on to eyebrows. So I use the Anastasia Brow Wiz in dark brown because my eyebrows are dark brown. So we're gonna start out by combing our eyebrow hairs up, you know, just to make them look a little bit better. Just your brows, but better. I can't look at the camera while doing this. I have to look down. So we are going to start by filling in, like, I start at the top. And my camera's dying, so if it dies, I'm going to be so annoyed. I can't even right now. And then we're gonna work it over to the arch, where I have a little bit of sparseness. And then I like to comb through. I like to comb through quite frequently to make sure that, you know, I'm going in the right direction and like everything's gonna work out okay. So I kind of brush it through even where my brows are full, because in like photos and stuff, you can see like, even if I just filled in like the sparseness, it kind of like looks like a little bit of a different color. And so you just want to blend it into your actual eyebrows. Now, filling in my brows isn't that hard for me because I have like the brow shape that I want and my brows are pretty full. I feel like that one turned out pretty decent. Okay, so now time for the other side. I might cut to the next step because you already watched me fill in my other brow, but who knows. So now that this brow is done being filled in, I think they look pretty even. Okay, so now for the final step for the brows, we are going to take our Anastasia. I don't understand how this thing works. Come on, come in. Okay, well, it's the Anastasia clear brow gel. We're just gonna brush it through the front. I like to brush like more straight up in the front, and then as we get over to the arch and the tail, kind of comb them to the outer part of our face. I like them to be a little bit fluffier and kind of like messier in the front. Okay, so the brows are on. I did a really good job, like honestly, like best I've ever seen. Like, whew. Okay, not what I expected. This is where I thought everything was gonna go wrong, but turned out good, yay. Okay, so next step, I like to curl my lashes, and I don't wear mascara on an everyday basis. I was thinking about getting maybe some brown mascara to use on an everyday basis, but I don't have that. I only have black, and I just feel like I don't want to look like I'm wearing like that much makeup, so I just skip mascara altogether and just curl my lashes. Okay, so now that my lashes are, it just kind of like, I just like the curled lash look, you know? It's like very natural, it just opens you up, it wakes you up. The final steps for my makeup, I like to spray my face with Max Fix Plus, and again, got the little small size because I wanted to make sure that I liked it first, and I do really like how it makes the makeup look. It's not a setting spray, but I just think it makes the makeup melt into the skin and look really natural. Okay, well, this angle looks orange, but like from here, like with this lighting situation, I think that my skin looks more natural now, so that's good. So I'm just gonna spritz my face with this, and it's just gonna help like all like the powder melt in because I did use powder. Yeah, so we're gonna do this. Honestly, I use like so much. And then I take my beauty blender and I just pat it in. Okay, so my camera died, so we're just having a lot of technical difficulties. I only charged enough to finish off the video. I sprayed the Max Fix Plus on my face. I patted it into my skin, and then I'm going to set my face with some Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. I have the de-slick version because I am oily. Okay, so now that that's pretty much dry, the last step is like lips. So I like to just, on like a regular day, I like to use lip gloss. I start off with lip like balm or chapstick, so I use Carmex in the squeezy tube. After I apply my chapstick, I just like to have moisturized lips before I put on like any other lip product. I just think it gives it a smoother canvas. It's kind of like a primer for your lips, in my opinion. And then I do just like lip gloss on an everyday like kind of makeup look. And even if I'm not wearing makeup, I just like gloss because it just gives you like a nice sheen to your lips, and you just look really like zhuzhed, you know, you look plump and healthy. So I like to use the Buxom lip glosses. This one's in the shade Katie, and it looks like more pink in the bottle, which I'm gonna need a new one soon because I got this like a month ago and it's already running low. But it looks pink, but it comes out very like clear, and they're plumping, and even though I don't really need the plump, like I just like the tingle, and it's like very minty and fresh. It just gives you a nice sheen and just adds to the overall like glowy, you know, look that we're going for. And that's pretty much it for this look. This is the final result. I think it looks pretty natural. I think the orangeness like toned down, and I think after a while maybe it kind of more balances out with my skin or something. I don't know why I look so orange at first, but yeah, super glowy, healthy, natural-ish. Like, I mean, I think, you know, it definitely is gonna look like I'm wearing a little bit of makeup, but not, you know, a lot, and I don't want to be too extra on like an average day. So this is perfect for just running around. If you just want to look a little cute, you know, you go into the mall, you just hanging out with your friends, you're gonna take some pics, like this just gives you that little something. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and let me know in the comments down below if you want me to do more videos like this. So thank you so much for watching. Bye.